Finally, wow. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what the issue is with my computer. It's uploading. It says going live. Then it freezes. It stops. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. You have cheap internet. Well, what do you want from AT&T Access for $10 a month? Without that, then you can't even watch any porn. You can't even jack off. So unless you want to do it the old way, why he has internet, but he's this older guy, and so what he does is he pulls out like the fucking, I don't know, I don't know, he pulls out paper, watches, looks on the paper. That's the way they did it back in the 60s, 70s, whatever. Remember Al Bundy, Ted Bundy, it helped. And then DVDs came after that. Get it? Came after that, and then also something. But it's chatterbait. So the women watch you. Women watch you on the thing. You don't know who's watching you actually. Because unless they put the camera, could be some woman with some gay guy. I'm not surprised. Whatever the hell. But I'm telling you, in the end, the only thing is the real thing. It's that's how life works. You want to buy a book, you want to fucking go buy anything. Everything is money. It's food, it's gas, it's everything. So like you're better off paying. What's your choice? This way watching me. Or see, there's a difference. Like in real life. I mean, it's a very big deal. This one chick, I remember Chelsea Charms. This woman had huge tits. I seen pictures of her in videos. I'm telling you, when she opened up the door at a hotel room in Irvine, it takes so much to impress me. It really does. But when she opened up that door, it was like meeting God. I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. For me, that was the moment she opened that door. Elizabeth Starr was second. She's very good too. But you gotta understand, like these women, they're like Jesus. You go to any nightclub and anything, any bar, you're never gonna see anything like that ever. I mean, those women, they're pros. They get paid. It's a sight to behold. But anyway, okay. So I call this episode part two. But let me talk about what happened. And it now one last thing about Jerry Falwell Jr. Isn't that I know it's one guy, but isn't that? And here's a fucking guy that would watch his wife get fucked. Like it's amazing. I know it's not the norm. I know it's not the norm, but I found it very interesting that there's guys that are okay with that. Wow. Um, I couldn't do that. I could fuck somebody's wife, no problem, but I can't have another guy watch me. It's too. There's something about that like because I like to concentrate on what I'm doing and I'll do something to me. Either maybe they got some type of stand up fetish, try to, hey, let me beat him up now because he's vulnerable. You got to understand when all your clothes are off and your dick is out, you're vulnerable, and I don't want some guy there that could fucking really hurt me or whatever the fuck, like don't, nobody else around. And I'm sure a lot of guys think the same way. But I have met people that do shit with other dudes, whatever. And it's a Saturday night. Let's talk about what happened. So I took the train to Claremont. Easier to get to Montclair. Like it's the same it's the next stop. But this club I went to is called or this bar that I went. It's called Totally 80s Bar. And I thought, like, when you think bar, you think it's small place. But no. This was borderline more of a nightclub. As I mentioned last episode, I go into Orange County. I'm not getting enough. I am seeing hotter. The guy that owns that 80s bar in Fullerton also owns this place in Claremont. So, I was like, once I found that out, I sort of said, oh, what do I like? What I mean by mod 80s is like Depeche Mode, The Cure. There's some breakdance music from the 80s I don't like either. But I do like stuff like funk. Let me just rifle out some names in the 80s and pop like Paula Abdul and Michael Jackson. And Paula Abdul music, also the pop music is good enough for me. I like that too. But not the stuff that I mentioned that most of these places play. And I can tell immediately. I go, oh boy, this is so. I want to tell you the whole story. Let's start from the beginning. So there's a 3 mile walk down to this place, and first thing that I recognized, Claremont. I I I I wasn't, I was like, wow, this Indian Hill Road Street, whatever. There's a lot of food places on there, and there was a Motel 6, and there's another, they got a Norm's that's open 24 hours, a Denny's right there. I go, wow. I mean, this place, this is open. I'm always worried about I can't get somebody, I can't get any water or anything, can't get nothing. But this place had everything, and even one better. Like I'm walking around and I'm seeing street hookers, street hoes walk around. This one chick that I saw, she was very pretty. I go, my God, like it's not your ghetto trash like in Vegas. There were some kind of ghetto like I saw, but I saw a woman. I go, wow. One, though I happened to catch up to her because it's one that was very pretty, and I said, wow. I should have asked her how much, but I just said, be safe out there. I said something really nice, like I just kind of wanted to get a look, so I said, I'm not from here, just be safe. There was even an In-N-Out burger there. I mean, it was really, really. It started off really. I called my friend Newman, who happened to, he feels the same way I do about this area. He went to Huntington Beach, and he knows that guy, Poor Man, fans Bikini Bash. He would go out to the beach interviewing, trying to record women and stuff. But you see, they all live in this LA metro like I do, West Hollywood adjacent, whatever, and it's not good here. It's not. We go outside of here to try to meet, Huntington, Agoura Hills, anywhere, just the further away that you get from Hollywood and this kind of thing, you notice that you're gonna see different people, more intrigued by you. They're intrigued by me because of my dancing, and I like going to different places. I just despise this area and the way that women act here. It's not my perception; it's just reality. You know, I'm not going to get too off topic, but I talked about a couple days ago that one woman bartender I met at Pinche's Tacos, and she basically put me on trial. And she's like drunk. She gave me her number after talking with me for 10 fucking minutes. She had a decent set of tits, so she thinks like she's the end of the world kind of thing. So, the friends are very overprotective. That came into a big blow up, on last week. So anyway, let's not get off topic. Anyway, so I'm in Claremont and I'm walking around, and this place doesn't open till o'clock. For the kill. So I noticed like this. There's like there's a border like this place, Claremont, Montclair, and Pomona, all border within a couple blocks of each other. So I walking around and looking around. I took a one off. Looked at a little area like Pomona, whatever, just for a little bit. I didn't feel dangerous or scared. I noticed very Hispanic kind of area. I don't have a problem with that. Be careful if you're in a dangerous gang infested area. You don't want to be, victimized or anything. But during the day, and even at night, I'm kind of not scared. My driver, he's like parent getting mugged and stuff. I go, what are you gonna take from me? My hat, I got nothing. So, I give him $100. That's like all the money I have. So anyway, it's funny this bar from outside don't look like very much. And there's like this trailer with this fence, and there's this fucking dog there. And the dog, this is around like 7:30. I get there. I got nowhere, absolutely no. I just don't want to tire myself out walking around. So I go, look, let's just stand outside this place. It opens at 8. Let's just stand out there until they open. This guy working there, he kind of took a liking to me and said, "Oh, you came all the way out here?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna check this out. This dog, this funny dog, just keeps barking and barking." And I try to get, I was trying to get, but I could tell no, this dog was abused. It was the teeth, growling kind of thing. It's not gonna lick me or anything. And one of the guys working there, like he threw a hamburger over the thing. The dog ate the meat, and then the dog didn't hear another bark out of it. The dog sat there. It kept looking at me like for more food, of course. But I did a little dancing. The dog looked at me, so I felt like even though dogs stop barking, do not try to pet it. This is like a fucking. The dog stayed. It's kind of cool. It was like a sheep dog. It wasn't an Australian Shepherd. It was like a cattle dog, but I tell I had a bottle of water in this bag when I like kind of skidded off when I tried to approach it, so it was like abused and stuff. So, but I provided the dog with some entertainment, and it provided me with somebody. Now I noticed there's a parking lot across the street and there were cars that were parked. There were people in there, and I was like, well, what are they waiting for? They were waiting for the fucking club to open. They were waiting for the fucking place to open. And when it opened, they came during the day. These women don't look like nothing. Like they they're either pale. I don't care. I was there to dance, but again, I don't have a closed mind. I'm there to meet women as well. So, I'm open minded with everything. I told you I went to a comic book show. I'm looking at women. I can multitask here. It's not that big of it's not difficult to like, it's like going to the gym. I used to be so serious and focused work, but if you're not paying attention, women, you're going to miss some. You gotta like, look at what you're doing. What's the point? Like, what are I thought I was going to be some bodybuilder, fooling myself, some wrestler. It's, I got a friend kind of like me in that way, but he knows deep down he's almost 50 that he's not going to be no ultimate fighter, no fucking, no. These things are, I saw a guy when I got off when I flew to Vegas. This motherfucker was fucking tall. He was like maybe 6'4", 6'5", lean. And he told me he's a fighter, and I believed him. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy could kill me if he got within my head. If I tried to fight this guy. This was a big motherfucker. Anyway, I don't want to get off track. Shit, he might have been taller. He might have been 6'7", this fucking guy. I remember, and I mentioned Brock Lesnar. He goes, yeah, can you imagine? As good as you or way, 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 way better. And in dancing, I see a fucking beast of a dancer. Look him up. He'd make me, he would tear me to shreds. I wouldn't, and I can go to a club, any place, and I can get down. But this guy is he's a wrecking machine. Like, even though I don't care for the dancing, but they're renowned and they make money. They don't fucking matter. Anyway, so the club opens up. I go in. It's 8 o'clock, and the music started, and I kind of say, oh boy, it's gonna be mod, but I'm gonna stay. I got nowhere else to go. I came all the way down here. I'm staying. The DJ did mix it up a little bit. He threw in a little more danceable to my stuff, a little bit of Michael, a little bit of this. So I said, there's hope. There's hope here. The dance floor was good. He was the same checkerboard pattern as the one in Fullerton, but this floor was better. Like, I don't care. The shoes that I've been wearing, I got these new Asics. I really wear similar, same type of Asics. These are a little bit heavier for me. I'm trying to overanalyze everything. Then more people started to show up. The place did not get crazy packed, which kind of 5 or 6 chicks with one guy there. They sat like there's like a little VIP area, the dance floor, DJ booth, bars, whatever. And this group came in, and there's this one woman. She showed up there. She just jumped out to me. It was like it was a little bit shorter than me. She had like a black tube top on with jeans, and she was just full. She was just. I looked at her. I just didn't want to gawk, but She was very, very, very to my liking, very to my liking. Um, and so what happened is I took like these little like the bar stools and want these tables thing, and I said I don't give a fuck. I'm here to dance. Put my bottle of water on there or whatever. So that group moved and it came right behind me, and I said, my God, okay, this is great. I'm gonna have a chance at this chick. Just be patient, kind of, whatever. The guy, it was not, I could tell he was cool with anything. So, but I really, again, I'm doing just, you know, it's a combination of factors and her friends with her phone taking pictures of herself and then the group. So I asked the girl in the black, I said, I could take one of all of you, a group picture of all of you. And she said, no, not very angrily or hostilely, just no, it's okay. So I went, all right. So I let it go. I sat there and then I went dancing on the dance floor. She came up to me um, while I was supposed to walk through for people working there. So I'm like in between, really close to the dance floor. Like, we're talking a foot away, 2 feet maybe, if that. So she came up to me very quick, roughly, and she goes, you take a while I'm dancing, while I'm fucking dancing. She goes, you take a picture of my group of friends, my everybody. And then my reaction came in, but not hostile. Like my reaction, I said no. I said no. That's all. Not angrily. I just said no because I felt like a woman that looks like that. Now her friends were very homely looking. One girl that was trying to look like something, she's okay. The other women were like, know, let's just be real. A lot of these Hispanically fat, they're not active. Not all. Like I know I'm generalizing, but this is just what I've noticed. I just thought this woman, she's got a pretty damn solid body. The tits, like bigger for a frame. It was very nice. It was just a very nice. I was very sexually attracted to her. So and I'm sure every other guy. Now there's a lot to say about this episode. So just bear with me and everything. Um, Now, so I just, you know, didn't want to be like, I'll do anything you say. I just didn't want to put her on the generic pedestal that most guys would do. They'd run over there, do everything she says, and then she would just psychologically get rid of me because, like, she's just so used to that type of a guy. So I said, I had to hold my HDV, my demonstration value. If you're coming up to me, I'm in the middle of my dancing, which women have done before, and they're not interested in getting to know me. They dance with me and they go back to their boyfriends. This is all like in my head. So I said no, so she walked away. Now, what I should have done is be more than happy to take a picture. You just can't give them everything because there's so many times I danced my ass off for them, done everything, and never gotten nothing. So, she came up to me very fat, very quickly, and she said, "You take a right while in the middle of my dancing. The nerve. I could. So this is why I say that. I'll tell you what wound up happening. Um, so I go no. So she just immediately leaves, which I should have said, yeah, sure, but would you dance with me after? Like that's afterwards, and when I was on my own, it occurred to me what I should have done. But anyway, I said no. I kept dancing. I went back over there. These two other women, one had kind of heavy set, and this other skinnier, smaller woman with really bad teeth. And I usually don't say that because I don't have the greatest smile in the world, but this woman was really wow. It was kind of abundant, very kind of jumped out. You know, but I don't judge people based on their smile, but it's like woof. I was really surprised. Invited me over there to their table. So I figured, yes, because, you know, you see with women, they kind of feel other women are going to look and stuff. So I took them up on their offer. They want to buy me a bottle of water. I'm buying bottles of water because I'm dancing. I must have spent $20 just on waters there, but they bought me one. So it was only $3 of water, but I always tip a buck. So, again, I was there from 8 till I stayed. I kept my eye on the one in the black, but just to kind of see, because I was just so attracted. I think she looked at me once. She saw I was looking at her, but no real. And this other woman showed up with this guy. Everybody was looking at her. She said, "Wow, with this guy arm in arm." So then this two sets showed up, 2 women and these 2 dudes. I think the guy, like, he was fairly well built. Caucasian guys, like the only Caucasian in there besides me. And what was really interesting was that, 2 girls that he was with, or 2 guys or 2 girls, went dancing. The guy had his back turned toward me, Jason, like opposite the dance floor. He did not care if the girl that he was with was dancing with other guys. I thought this was very unique. I wouldn't use the term odd. Maybe, yeah, it was odd. It was odd and unique that a guy would do that, and I just didn't want to approach and ask, like, why, but I looked at him and he kept looking at me. I felt like, he had a kind of interesting tattoos, he was wearing shorts and like, this is I just find this very interesting, but I didn't want to get into any psychological. I'm not there to talk to guys. I don't go to, I was there for my own needs, try to meet. But the girl that he was with, that's my point of all this. Like, she was wearing white. She had a white top with jeans, and it was like just shit, like, damn it. What's the deal here, But I think they were together. But it's very odd, the way that the guy did not care. She went dancing. I was on the floor, like, next to her, but I didn't get close because I just didn't. I mean, I could have said, "Hey, I know you're with somebody." Like, I could have tried to put the moves on. That's, I guess, mistake number 2 that I made, was not trying. Not trying is always, I count that as a mistake. So, number 1, not the girl that came up to me kind of surprised me. The one in the black, that's error number 1 of the night. Error number 2, the girl in the white, not trying. There was another older woman that was with this guy, but they're in the VIP section. I could tell they were together, like that error there. The women that brought me to the table, they were not I couldn't overmatched by. They were nice to me, and I used them as leverage, to sit with women, but they were not my type at all. Now, evening progressed, and time goes very, very quickly when you're inside of a nightclub or bar. It was really amazing. Like, next thing I knew, it was 10, 11, 12. Wow. And I'm still in there. Then I saw the girl in the black, like, she was slightly separated from the group, so it was a good time to approach and tell her. I went up to her and I said, "I hope you're not upset that I didn't take the picture for you, And she goes, "No." Her of feisty, no, she's bad, She's tight, you know what I mean? And I should have pressed the conversation at that point. I didn't. I don't know why. I think I might have ended it. She didn't say, "Oh, have a nice night." She didn't cut me off at that point. I just should have pressed to get to know her. Maybe she was putting up a little smoke screen shield. Women do that sometimes. I just felt like, here I'm talking, to a woman I'm very sexually attracted to. Very loud in there. You got to understand. So not very well. I just tried. I could have tried. That was big mistake number 3. Not pursuing the conversation further with her. At that point, you got to understand, by midnight already, I think it was around, I don't remember what time it was, they wound up leaving, but that was the last thing you know, that really, I went home, I said to myself, that was the third mistake that I made of the evening. Um, you know, and or errors, you know, I just count them as errors, I guess. Um, it's just, I didn't want to act like every other guy, you know. You know, I know everybody can see what I'm doing. I got to play about 15% of the music of the whole evening. He played shit that I could get down to, which I did. Could have been a lot better, of course. You know, he shows in there they were my mentors. They started me with this in the early '90s, TC and Crescendo. But no, and then even Chambers, my Boogaloo, gave me a fist bump once. I saw what I can do, you know, like, um, so, you know, once you go on that stage, have a little, I wouldn't go on it like that. Avoiding absolutely nothing for me. I don't need to do that. Um, yeah, I didn't talk to the girl in the white, one in the turquoise with that other guy, but they were arm in arm pretty much. You know, I knew there's nothing to be had there. End of the night, the security guys, you know, people working there were just telling me, wow, you know, everybody was watching you. I said, wow, you know, it was like something out of a Fullerton thing. You know, I said, two guys hit on those chicks, the ones that I was with. They were left with them. I didn't care, you know. These guys are kind of, all these guys in there, a lot of kind of thuggish, tough Pomona guys. I could tell. Like they're big Mexicans, you know. They were tough, um, you know, and nobody picked on me. Uh, nobody, nobody gave me a hard time, you know. I just regret that one in the black that I just would I wish I could have separated, you know, my dancing and on her when she came up to me. That might have been my chance. Like I don't know. I wish I could know. Like if I would have done this right, then I could have got that. You know, like I wish that I could have knew like what's going on in her head. Like she just came up to me while I'm dancing, asked me to stop what I'm doing to go take a picture of her in the group. What kind of person does that? Like it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like listen, woman, you know, she's really hot. You know, you gotta understand that even way out there, it doesn't matter. Like now, I want to make another point. Like after about an hour when I got there was more women in there than there were dudes. They were all on the dance floor. There was a good group of women. They were decent. They were decent. I just was there. Like I felt like I just wanted. I don't want to hit on them like all of the other fucking schmuck in the world. Like I need to show that I'm different, you know, and I know that I am, and you know that's why I wrote a movie script. That's why I am who I am. You would think like women would be approaching me left and right based on this type of thing, but they're not. They're not. They're younger than me. They're not from my time. I did notice that when they first showed up, the one with the black chick that not black chick, she was wearing black, all Latina. They spend a lot of time on their phones, and you know, I didn't. I, you know, just check the time every couple hours, but they're on their phones, and I feel like that just provided it's too much of a distraction for me for her to get to know me. Like they didn't care about the music or being where they are. They were physically there, but you know, I guess when that woman did approach me, that was the only time that she was consciously there for me. You know, like I was hoping for a natural, organic connection. You know, that's really what I wanted. Um, I I didn't lash out and surprise. Again, I said being attention. That's what you need to do. You need to do that, and it needs to be done proper. Like, and I thought I did everything right. Maybe I did everything right, but at the end, the third error that I mentioned, I didn't talk to her long enough. I just apologized and I walked away. Like, I need a real thing. Like, hey, what's your name? Like, she wouldn't give me an opening of like, hey, I want to get to know you, kind of thing. Those two chicks that invited me over the table did, you know. I just don't get it. Why is it these women that I don't find attractive? Because they just, you know what it is, like everybody likes. I'm nothing special when it comes to what I'm, you know. I know what it is. It's just that way. You know, I have good taste, and so does everybody else. They all want, you know, that picturesque thing, you know, the decent body with the big tits or nice whatever, nice face, nice hair, whatever. And I'm looking at things that generally, you know, fit the mold of most men. Now, that place is not a meat market, you know, like it wasn't overrun by guys. Like I've gone to so many places. There's tons of dudes, not enough women, and women, not enough guys, or place too loud, too crowded. Most guys, the answer is saying they're not going to. So they're a girl that dance on the floor, but me, you know, I'm like a real serious OG. You know, like everything was not Megadeth. He played fucking take my ass up, fucking hard rock, rocks and Neverland. Yeah, what's it called? The fucking just completely unneeded, unnecessary in that place. Uh, uh, um, you know, it'll come to me the name of the group, but which I would dance to it at all. But I figured, hey, just to show I could dance to anything, and I did. And toward the end of the night, the very end, he put on Tupac, you know, like later stuff. So I skipped, I see walked there. People are very surprised that I can do all that shit. I can do that, all of it. I'm not Salah by any means, but you know, I got a bag of tricks, you know, shit I can pull out. Um, you know, so if somebody tries to battle me and I want to do it, they're going to be surprised of what my arsenal is. Um, Depending on the music, of course. There's one kind of, I don't know if the guy was drunk or something. Some kid, he went around he was, you know, dancing around like an idiot. Um, he even tried to like get my attention, and you know, I think he touched me once, but you know, I didn't want to get into any physical fights or altercations. I just backed off. You know, it's like go and like put your hand up, like go away. You know, and just people will, you know. Yeah, and I was there for 6 hours. I don't stay till 2. I noticed that people used to stay to clubs till they closed. You know, I think that attitude, you know, it's a giant place though, but a lot of these places I'm going to, people leave around 1 for whatever reason. Maybe they want to get more alcohol before it closes, or, you know, or they're just, you know, they already met who they met. They come with it, with who they're with, they leave. I don't know, you know, what the hookup ratio percentages are. Um, I really wish there would have been a better chemistry person too. You know, like I'm working on my doctorate degree. You know, probably want to start a sports card business. You know, again, I don't have anybody, no pets, no nothing. So how much do I need really, you know, to kind of thrive in life? I don't need $1 million, you know. Um, I just wish this woman, or even like a fuck buddy, anything. I just wish there was something there. Like I was putting out everything kind of like I could, you know, subtle hint. I'm interested. But she was just too enamored with her taking pictures of things. Like, why? You know, like, but you know, somewhere out there has to be something like that. Like there are women that are more uh, um, 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 like that one woman that I met at Fullerton. I think she was working in administration or something. But you know, like she, her body, oh my God, the way she knows how to dress. Um, I just did everything but get the number, you know, at the end. Well, I don't like doing that um, in the club scene. You know, if I'm there to do my thing, It's a very hard. I like to get my practice in. Working on my honing my craft, which I'm always doing, no matter how good people tell me I am. I'm very hard on myself. The way that I hit, my popping, whatever. I want to stay fluid, and it's very, I'm very hard on myself. So I'm there to kind of work on two things. When they play the dope music, I'm there to get down, and then I'm also there to try to meet a woman if it's to my liking. That's all. Um, Saturday, I don't call Saturday not, but you know, it was okay. It would have took a liking to me. Again, no woman danced with me all night again. And the woman that invited me over their table was one heavy set Latina chick. I asked her that at the end of the night. I said, "No, you're very intimidating with your dancing." And I go, "Oh, what? What do you mean? I'm just there having fun." He goes, "A woman, I don't judge anybody. I'm saying, ask me to take a picture. You don't think she danced with me because she's intimidated by me? I highly doubt that. No, no, no. A woman like that, she can get whatever she wants. She knows it. It's in your head kind of thing. Damn, pretty solid body. She can get. I don't, and all those women get. It's just, I don't. You know what it is? My friend Ruben told me this, and it's just the damn truth. It doesn't matter if I have a young spirit and going out in the '80s and OG. I got 48 years old. Like I've, that's. But I wasn't popping and locking in the '80s. Nevertheless, it's that I'm too old. You're too old. You're old compared to these younger people that are not from your that are a little, probably half your age or a little bit older. You're not. And what happens is that generation grew up with the technology and the cell phones, internet, and stuff like that. Very wired to think differently. I'm not saying all. There are people out there that are different, but I'm just noticing every time I try or see something I like, there's just that come into play. That keep me from getting what I want. I didn't leave angrily. I wasn't upset. I just think about it now, and I wish, like, in wearing the black, I wish that I could have found out more about her. Like, I wish to find out. Like, now if a woman is not available, that's cool. But again, what I told you, my biggest agitation, my big not knowing what I could have done, and that the third time, I did went up and she did not initiate that wanting to get to know me. What are you? What are you? Like, she of a group, so maybe in a way she was opening the door for me. I just couldn't see the way through, like, and that's what I see. See, that's the guessing thing. But I went up and I paused to. I don't know. I don't. The things be they're mental things, and I'm not. So but that on I didn't find out what her MO was, so it's okay. I should have just got clarification that are with somebody, they're together, But again, I don't. I like to feel I have the power here, so I don't like to come off needy and desperate in a place where I'm supposed to have the high demonstration value. So here I am, like I'm the master here, no matter what, even if you come up and try to battle me or whatever, like I got women, like it has to be done. I can always get better. I can always get better at everything, or I can always team. Um, but anyway, that is that. I hope that this is part two of the Saturday. I and life goes on. Like let's stay in bed all to keep in mind uh let's wow, an hour on the Metrolink. I mean, that was just fucking far. You know what? It's good. It's good to get out there. It's good to try new places. It's good get away from this area, which doesn't. It all goes through my mind. Like very hard because places change. So if I ever see a time when I went upset, I hope you're not upset about me not taking a picture. I wish I should have told her, but I just thought you were so point. Tennis, I'm good with that. Like I'm good with me. I'm gonna leave it. I just is not trying. That is not trying. Rejection, but not trying. Hope you have